All right, so we just came down from North Cascades National Park down to Mount St. Helens National Monument. Not a park, a monument, but still part of the National Forest System. We're down here for a couple of days. There's not a whole lot of hiking to do because the entire top of the mountain, the road has been closed because of a bridge washout. So we're just really sucking it when it comes to getting to our parks and getting to all the trails and everything as we've been doing this trip so far. But anyhow, we did find some hikes that we'll be able to do on the east side and south side. So we're going to try that, and we're going to spend some time here and hopefully learn a little bit, and hope you enjoy coming along with us at Mount St. Helens National Monument. All right, so we drove up as far as we can to the washed out bridge. There is a learning center right here before the washed out bridge, not the Johnson Observatory, but as you can see behind us, there is Mount St. Helen. You can see the top of it's missing, and if you look really close, you can see the dome of the new.
Can you zoom in?
I don't know if I can zoom while.
Let's see.
Let's see if we can zoom while we're. Nope, should have done it beforehand.
Darn.
I'll just take another. I'll turn around and take another video. But anyhow, we're here at Mount St. Helens. Wishing we could do a lot more hiking than that is open. So we'll figure it out. We'll get some miles, and I'm sure. We'll keep you informed. Thanks for coming along. Okay, we're going to see if we can zoom in here a little bit. Let's see what's missing and the new dome that's growing. What's really interesting is the washout. It is just now starting to turn green down there in the valley, but you can still see it has a little bit of moon landscape type look from the blast from 43 years ago. And the blast was May 18th, 1980. Okay, this is Coldwater Lake. Coldwater Lake used to be a stream, but on May 18th, 1980, that thing blew up, dammed up the stream, and made the lake.
Okay.
Found a nice, simple quarter-mile paved loop hike with lots of good views of Mount St. Helen. See all these huge stumps around here that are all rotting. Back in 2017 we were here. Not only were all these stumps here, but there were all kinds of logs, very large diameter logs that were blown over from the blast. They must have come through and cleaned them up a little bit. Oh, there's a little 360 for you. Here is a man-made version of what was flying through the air, and they're calling it the stone wind. As it blew up, this powder, rock, branches, etc. was going at 670 miles an hour. And that's what stripped the landscape. I'll let you pause on that.
We went as far as we could, but unfortunately the road or a bridge is washed out by what was it from? Snow and
Snowmelt.
mud? Snowmelt. So anyway, we got this far and had to turn around.
So when the side of the mountain went away and became liquefied, it washed down the valley and turned it into pretty much so a moonscape. And it's starting to get some life back into it, but you can see that it's still pretty devastated. Okay, we're on the south side of Mount St. Helens now at a place called Ape Cave. If you look at the little thing behind us, we're going down into a cave. There's two sides, the lower and the upper. We're going to do the lower first, and depending on how we do with that one, we're going to go ahead and do the upper a little bit. We have 4 flashlights with us. They told us to bring at least 2. We brought 4. We got our water. It's supposed to be pitch black down there except for your flashlight. So we're going to go do a little bit of splunking. We'll see how that goes and follow along. Thanks for watching. All right, here we go.
We need our lights now.
Oh boy, it looks dark down in there. We better pull out our flashlights now, carry them with us.
You guys want to come up and out?
Okay, go ahead.
Let's get down to this layer here.
There you go.
It's starting to get really dark.
Hi.
This is the second set of stairs going down. It is dark out here.
This is the lower cave.
Lower and upper. Which way do you want to go?
We're going lower.
Here's the sign. Lower cave, upper cave. We're going to go do the lower. Ooh, there's a cold breeze coming.
Oh, I know. Burr, burr, burr. All right, a little rocky here.
All right, I'm going to shut the camera off because I got to watch where I'm walking.
Oh, wow, look, Peach. Oh, man, it's chilly down here. Okay.
All right, we're in the bowels of the lower. I'm going to go ahead and shut the flashlights off just for a second.
Okay. Oh.
That is dark. Okay, dark enough. All right, let's keep going.
Okay.
All right, I think we're about halfway, who knows? But we're just looking at the walls as we're walking down, and it's all curled up of the lava. Of course, this is a lava tube, so that would make sense. Look at all the different patterns. That is kind of cool. Anyhow, I'm guessing we're about halfway. We don't have GPS on the ground, so we'll see. All right, I'm going to assume we're really close to the end because that's right there what they call the meatball. And if I remember correct, that's pretty close to the end according to the maps we saw. So, we're getting there. All right, it looks like we've come to the end. There's a opening up there, but down here,
It's for very short people
it's for very short people,
and not claustrophobic people.
which I am a claustrophobic one of those people. Let's get about here, and if you look, can you shine a flashlight down the range? It starts getting 2 feet, 3 feet tall. That's far enough for me. I think we're at the end. All right, so we finished the lower. We made our way to the big room on the upper, and there's a big, huge pile of rocks right there. And we decided that's as far as we're going. Our group of about 6 people just went beyond, climbed up over those rocks. But this is the big room, and it's pretty big. We're going back to the stairs and heading out. Look at that, daylight. Amazing. Well, that didn't take that long.
Was that an hour?
Yeah, about an hour or so. All I see is your silhouette in the camera here.
Oh, really?
Ah, here we go. Now we're getting true daylight.
Sunshine!
Yay! So about 2,000 years ago, there was an eruption that did lava. And trees, big giant trees, actually got caught up in the lava just as it was cooling and left perfectly round holes when the trees rotted away thousands of years later. It almost looks like a well,
It's now
but it's a
called-
tree hole.
And now it's called basalt.
Yeah, the hardened lava is called basalt. Kind of cool. All right, so those tree holes that we were just talking about, this one you can crawl down into and you come out over there where he just came out. Here's a little map of it, but I can guarantee you I'm not doing it. All right, so we just finished our Ape Cave hike, which was awesome, by the way. So, but that did put us on the south side of Mount St. Helens. And as we're coming around out of the cave, holy cow, we're close. That looks really, really close. There's no zooms here.
It's right there.
Anyhow, still covered in snow. Kind of cool looking. So when we finished walking under the lava at Ape Cave, we were talking to the rangers, and they told us about a 5-mile or so dirt road up to Red Rock Pass, where you can hike to get the best view of Mount St. Helen. Well, we didn't know it was on top of a lava field of nothing but lava. I wonder what hill all this lava came from.
That one up yonder, Peach.
All right, so we're just wrapping up our visit to Mount St. Helens. The trip here was a kind of a quick one, only 3 days or so, 3 full days, travel days on either end. But went all the way up to the mountain. Johnson Observatory is, unfortunately, you can't get to it because the road is washed out. But there is a learning center right before that, and you got some really good views, a couple of short hikes, but some really good views of the mountain itself and the dome where the lava is building back up again. Then we did, probably my favorite of the trip was Ape Cave. We had a wonderful time doing the Ape Cave and getting down in there. It was cold, it was wet, but it was good.
It was fun.
We did the lower, we did part of the upper, but the lower was the whole thing that we did. And then a short hike down here to Silver Lake at, what is it, Sequest?
Yeah, we're going to do that right now. Sequest State Park.
Sequest State Park. So it's all good. Add St. Helens to your list if you haven't. It was a short trip, but there's, with the observatory closed, you really can't get all the way up there, but I'd say it was good, and it was definitely worth a stop.
Definitely.
So, okay, thanks for watching, thanks for sticking around, and if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.